Streamcast.
Ayo, welcome to another edition of the Streamcast. My name is Nightwing, and I'm joined by
Gary Oak.
Very nice, very evil. This is a special day, but for sad reasons, because it's going to be the last podcast that Isaac features on as a regular member. We're taking him out back and putting him out to pasture.
What the what? Hey, thankfully, I've got a couple of lives in my back pocket. Ate some mushrooms before I came here, mate.
Yeah, you got a one up. You're good.
You need a couple, man. Fuck you know.
And I wanted to do this because Isaac has been synonymous with the Streamcast since day one. It wouldn't be a Streamcast if it wasn't for Isaac. And we wanted to just look back at our favorite moments, Isaac's favorite moments, and yeah, just talk about, just shoot the shit, to be honest. You know, this isn't going to be too much of the regular stuff where we talk about the latest gaming news or anything like that. We're just going to talk about what we want to, and make sure you subscribe to the Streamcast on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up and listen to the podcast wherever it is you like to listen to them, whether it's Spotify, Apple, or somewhere else. So, Isaac, do you want to go into why you're leaving, or how do you want to kick this off?
Do you know what? Like, I just haven't picked up a controller in months. I think that's the main part of it, you know? Like, I'm just not like playing games as much anymore. And like for once, because like, I hated my career for like the longest time. So like, you know, when you're a kid, yeah, and you want to like be an adult ASAP, and you grow up and you realize, I should have like taken my time a little bit. But that's not the issue. It was, I got into a job thinking you're meant to hate your job, but that's what you do, and you know, you get on with it. And then like I left it, got another job, absolutely loved it. Pay wasn't what I wanted it to be. I got a new job, and yeah, I'm just loving life and whatnot. So like I want to, you know, put a bit more time into that. Make sure that I can, you know, get my career started, because finally I actually have a career that I want. And it's going to take a little bit more time off my hands. And the fact I don't play games as much is probably means that I can't bring as much like energy and enthusiasm to the pod. And if I can't do that, then like I'm just not going to be here, because it's either 100% or nothing. And like the way you guys just talk about all these new games coming out, like you were playing Sifu the other day. I'm still a gamer, and like when you were banging it out, I was like, yeah, I'm picking up Sifu after seeing you play it. But like, I don't think if I wasn't watching you on Twitch, I wouldn't have like gone out of my way to like see, okay, what game do I want to play next? What's next on the table? I think like the only like silver, or one of the small silver linings is my wallet is now happier. That I think that's it really, because I'm absolutely gonna miss this. Like, it's just so nice being able to, you get off work and like, because you know when we grow up, you don't really see like your friends as much anymore. So like Streamcast was a really great time for us to just come together, chill out, and like, you know, it'd never be like an awkward thing. It's never gonna be awkward or anything, but like there'd always be like a reason. So in the back of your mind, you're never thinking, oh, I've got to stay late at work, or can I afford this meal or whatever. It's like, no, we've got Streamcast, so let's go out. Let's have that meal and chat about Streamcast if needed. Let's just chill out and leave work early if needed. The Streamcast. Yeah, it was really nice. And I think that's the part I'm actually like gonna miss the most, just like hanging out. We'll definitely still hang out, but obviously it's not gonna be as much. All adults say this, yeah, we're gonna hang out all the time, blah blah. Nah, it's not the case.
We don't need to lie to each other.
Yeah, let's keep it real, you know. Especially because of the way, like, because we live in London, like house prices are mad. We're gonna get houses. It's probably not gonna be in London. So for that reason alone, it'll probably take ages to like meet up again. But no, I think yeah, I'm gonna really miss it at the Streamcast. But yeah, like I think it's time to hang up my controller, take out the batteries, and wear my bulletproof vest. So when you guys shoot me out back, I'll just slink away like nothing ever happened. You'll never know.
I mean, that's why we should go for the head. But
I like that. Yeah. See that? All right, that's what Thor should have done, but he didn't. Idiot.
That's what's happening. Yeah, Isaac is leaving after this episode goes live. And likewise, I will miss the times where we hung out as well. It was really good because it felt like we had an ulterior motive to hang out. We obviously got the chance to catch up with each other and see how each other's families and, you know, significant others were doing. But then there was always something to keep us there as well. So yeah, I will miss that. Hopefully, you know, we do get the opportunity to hang around with each other in the future as well. So yeah, that's what I was mentioning earlier on in the year when I said Streamcast is going under a bit of a change. Streamcast is going to head in a new direction. Phase 2 kicks off today. And yeah, let's just get into your favorite moments, Isaac. Do you have any moments that just scream at you like, I'm gonna remember that? That was fun.
I think the Battle of Warfare episode was really good one. It was really good because again, just like how it was great chilling out with you. We got another mate, Jordan. We all hung out, and I was literally listening to it just before the start of this podcast, and it was literally a joke and a laugh every like 30 seconds. There was always something happening. It was just clear that, you know, we all loved games. You like tell that straight away, and yeah, I look back on that, and I think that episode came out in 2018, I believe. It just makes me think, whoa, time has like flown by massively. I still don't have a beard that's fully connected yet, so I'm pissed about that. But yeah, like it was a lot of fun. I think we were talking about Red Dead, God of War, and Spider-Man, you know, got a little bit of a mention there. And yeah, it was just good vibes, man. Honestly. And yeah. Yeah, no, it was just a good pod. Like like I said, I was listening to it before we started, and I might finish it off after this as well. Not in a narcissistic way or anything, but it's just funny.
No, I completely agree with you. I think it's one of our best ever podcasts just because it mixed, you know, that banter with topical engagement. Of course, it was time sensitive, it was timely, the BAFTAs were around, and we were talking about the two biggest games that were out, God of War, Red Dead 2. You couldn't pit two more polarizing games at that moment where there was discourse wherever you went, whether it was Twitter or Reddit or Instagram. I saw those two games being debated and just arguments about Red Dead Redemption 2 should win because it's on all platforms. No, God of War should win because it's this. So I think our podcast actually did a very good summary of why both games deserve to win. And why they deserve to be the top two games of 2018. Jordan was amazing on that pod, not just because of his insight where it came to Red Dead Redemption 2, but he's a very funny human being. Yeah. He is very charismatic. He can hold the conversation. He's great for content. I really hope his stand-up career takes off. So I think he's very funny. I think he's got a great personality, and I wish him all the best. Like, he's a fantastic human being. We need to hang out with him more as well.
Yeah, honestly, man, I completely agree. I think like the first ever pod we did as well was pretty cool as well because I think that's what started it off. And I think it took us ages to even like get started. We just kind of like hung out, caught up, got some food, just chilled. I think it was getting late, and we're like, hey, we got a pod to record, you know. We finally got into it. Yes, that was jokes. And like I don't think we were like fuming or anything, but I think that was like when the PS1 Classic came out. We were just disappointed. So it was a nice little event that we got to do. Because in the nicest possible way, not me, but you know, certain kids in secondary school there were these things called emulators. I don't really know what they are. But these things called like emulators that did a much better job than this $1 billion company. Like, I'm just saying, what happened there?
That's embarrassing.
A little bit. But yeah, no, that was fun because we just got to. I think that was like, well, I don't think we had spoken in a while before that. Like, I think we still kept in contact, but that was something that got us talking and hanging out a lot more. It really, like, you know, expedited the process of us, you know, getting, like, hanging out together more. So again, like, really cool. Because I think hadn't been a while or anything, but you know, like when everyone goes to uni, everyone goes to college, and you just kind of like drift a little bit, and like you're still cool if you meet, but unless like you're, I don't know, doing like a sporting event or something, or like it's like Friday board game night or something that you can do consistently to like bring you guys together, then like, you know, sometimes weeks get missed. So yeah, Streamcast was like great in that regard. Remember how we thought we'd do it like one every week? Like how naive we were.
Hey, I feel every podcast has that phase where we're gonna do it weekly and we're gonna be so great, and then you quickly realize that's not feasible unless you're doing it full time and are getting paid to do it.
Yeah. And then, you know, just show off like, you know, 2-3 podcasts a week. Yeah, sure, why not? This is my job. It's fine.
It's easy once you're getting paid to do a podcast.
Yeah,
but you know, grinding when you're getting up there, doing it out of the love of the game, that's difficult, especially when you have bills to pay in this expensive ass London. It's not easy.
Why are we still here in London? We should move out or something, man. Get like a nice 5-bed for 2p.
2p.
Yeah,
all right.
yes.
I really like that first podcast too. But it differently. I think it's because it's a statement more so than anything else. I don't go back to listen to it. Sometimes when I listen to our pods, it will go and play the first one. I'm like, nope, cancel that, because
the quality is different, isn't it? Very different.
No, not in a bad way, but I could just feel it. We're nervous. It's our first ever episode. We don't know the etiquette. We don't know any formats. We're not showrunners. We don't know anything. So we're kind of just like, yeah, should we just get going? And you can hear it. There's like no intro. There's no outro. There's no music. Like we say our names and stuff. Like we're not savages, but it just goes into, hey, I'm Andy, and you go, hey, I'm Isaac, and then we just get into it, which is good if you're like someone who just likes getting into the content straight away. But it's very much not a show. It's very much two friends get an idea. Let's do a podcast, and we get onto it. I actually like that pod for what it is, what it stands for. It is the first podcast of us, which is why the date is on the first episode, because I always want to remember what day the Streamcast was truly birthed. I do remember talking about the PlayStation Classic. I love how it was a great idea in theory, but the more we heard about it, the more disappointed we got. And what makes it worse is PlayStation aren't a small company. This isn't 1994, so I don't know why they're acting like it is. They have all the resources. They can outsource all of this shit to a third party if they wanted to. They didn't want to waste their time with it. They could get a bunch of fans who grew up in the 90s to make this console for them, and it would bang. But I don't know. It just made all of the wrong decisions. And you see it in the price, where it just got slashed in half within months. Whereas you look at a NES Mini or a SNES Mini, you can't find them now because they sold out. Even the Sega, is it Mega Drive Mini? They've got a Sega Mega Drive Mini 2 coming out because it was so good. So PlayStation had the widest open goal, and they missed. They did a John Terry. It's embarrassing. Maybe if they do a PS2 Mini, they'll get it right. But for me, the damage is done, and I'm just gonna be like, I don't want it.
I think a PS2 Mini would be shit, man. I can't lie, because I know it's retro, but it's not that retro, and it's got like what, billions of games on there. What games are you gonna put on it? You gotta put all of them on it. You gotta put at least 100 on it to satiate people. Can't put 10 games on a PS2 Mini. No.
I will argue your point about it being retro. It is absolutely a retro console at this point. It came out 22 years ago, Isaac.
Hey, don't say that, man. You'll make me feel old.
We had no hair on our face.
Rob, how can I be 19 and it came out 22 years ago? What's going on? What's going on, man? Nah, that doesn't make any sense.
But your second point, I 100% agree with. That is probably why we won't ever see a PS2 Mini. I think if Sony were to release a PS2 Mini, they would have to just put all the games on it, or all the games that they could legally just they don't get into any issues, but they'd have to put all the games on it, because how do you put 10 games, 20 games, 30 games even on the PS2? It's the greatest gaming library of all time. You have to put at least 100 games, and they're not going to do that. So just put them all on. Do you have any more favorite moments?
That's a tough one, really, because like we had the pod, and I think like we got some steam, and then it was just us like having a laugh and whatnot. But I think it's like probably our first Comic-Con when we all went. That was actually a lot of fun. I can't remember if we did not dress up for our first one
No,
altogether.
we didn't.
No, but
no one did.
Yeah. Well, we came as the Streamcast. That was the cosplay.
Okay.
No, it's just a good bit of fun, actually. I like when I was growing up, I always thought to myself, I see like those people I like Stratfield, and they're like, yeah, big out the biggest waste man, or whatever. Obviously, we're not that juvenile, not in the slightest, but like I never thought that I'd just be like out and about, just like interviewing people. So yeah, it was actually pretty cool, pretty interesting, pretty surreal. And I'll look back and I think to myself, yeah, I did that. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And like I think for me, Comic-Con is something that was dying out for me regardless, because like I've done it a few times, wasted a lot of money too many times at Comic-Con, and realized that if I see something I like at Comic-Con, I could buy it on the day, or I could just Amazon Prime it and get it the next day for like half the price. Now, rarely do I ever do the smart choice, but it feels good on the day. And my wallet's not going to miss that. But no, it was nice to like, go to Comic-Con and actually do it differently and see the other side of it. Because yeah, like a lot of people go to Comic-Con and they don't care what's inside. They just want to go, they just want to chill out. They just want to like, wear cosplay and just have a little bit of fun. And yeah, I get it now. So again, would not have had like experience that if it wasn't for Streamcast. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Met a lot of cool people at Comic-Con. And yeah, like it's always been fun when we go.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's one of our standout moments. And I think that changed Comic-Con for me too, because I've never really been a big cosplayer. Like it didn't really do anything for me. So going there and actually seeing the people, seeing how they transform in that costume, seeing how people around them transform as well, they almost become celebrities. And being able to talk to many of them in character, sometimes not in character, that was really fun, especially as it was the first time. We didn't know what to expect. They didn't know what to expect. So that was really fun. And the fact that it got really good engagement and reaction from the online community as well was really like a boost to us morale-wise, to say we could do this. This could be something that we do every now and then. Interview cosplayers, get into it. And the fact that we've actually gone into the event in cosplay has given me an extra level of, I want to do this now. This is cool. So I'm looking forward to many more Comic-Cons.
Nice. Not awesome, man. Can I come too?
Yeah, of course.
Come on. Nice.
Yeah, come on. There's no heat here. One of my favorite moments was when we had Mr. Bider's feature, because I feel that was where you came out of your shell massively. You felt so in your element, and I don't know how well you knew him before then. It felt like you'd known each other for years and you just catching up with the old friend. So I really like that pod. Yeah, Midas is a ton of energy. I think he is just like that 100% of the time, and I love that. No one else could be Mr. Midas. So that was a really great pod, and he had already got his own following. He's got his own brand. Even back then, like, he's been known in other fields. So it was good to have someone like that come on and just inject new energy to the brand of Streamcast.
No, I fully agree. I think that was like, was that our first pod when we went to the studios, or
maybe?
Yeah.
It was either that or the one with Jack.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, because yeah, it was really cool just actually getting into the studio. It's like to do our thing, having a bit more space to just relax, enjoy ourselves. And yeah, I think that helped as well. It just felt like, oh, this is us now, like podcasters. Yeah, this is great. And you're right, Miss Midas, like great vibes, great energy, and I think that helped because it was probably just very contagious. Because we were all in our element that day, I would say. It was a fun pod.
Yeah, our third pod ever is the Spider-Man review.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you remember this, but if you don't, the first episode we just put our real names out there. The second episode, you decided to take up the name. Do you remember what name it was?
Oh, was it Spider Cop?
No, it was Kenshiro.
Oh,
I was like, hey, hold on, you're not Kenshiro, you're Isaac. But you're like, nope, I'm Kenshiro. So on the third episode, I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna come up with a fake name too. And I was Venom because the movie just came out.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And you took issue with that. You wanted to be Venom. And we argued for like maybe 10% of the pod, but it's a great 10%. I love that.
Nice.
I think you settled on being Eddie Brock, and we were like, wait, no, and we still argued. So yeah, that was good vibes.
That works. Yeah, that's fine because like they're two separate entities. It's fine.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
and I guess you could say I was basically inside you all that pod.
I would have been inside you. I'm Venom.
No, I'm inside you. I'm Eddie Brock.
We're both inside each other.
I'm in. Oh, what the hell? No, someone's got to be inside someone else.
We take turns. Tag team, bro. Alright, it's my shift. And you can't say anything because you'll get cancelled. No, and the thing is, we were able to pepper in a review of one of our favorite games as well, Marvel's Spider-Man. I would say objectively a great game till now.
Easily.
Maybe, if we were to go back and play it, we'd find it a bit too easy, but that doesn't make a game worse. In my opinion, it's a fun game. It was a game that told I wanted to say brilliant and great. It's a game that told a brilliant and great story. And all of the characters that were transported from the comics or the cartoons or the movies felt authentic. So it felt like you got more Spider-Man, but it wasn't just a ripoff of the movie storyline. It was an original storyline. Maybe it was a ripoff from a comic book storyline, but come on. You're splitting hairs. You're splitting hairs there. So really fun game. Really loved it. And the fact that we got to review that was our first review pod, our first spoilcast. The first time we were like, we're intentionally going to spoil this game. And yeah, I love that. We've done a couple more since then, but that stands out for me as our first review of a game. And even the fact that we were like, we kind of ironed out our parameters of what we're going to review the game by. And yeah, it was very well done. I like that. That's one I go back to listen to every now and then as well. That and the BAFTA Warfares. Like if anyone asks, oh yeah, you're the Streamcast, how many pods have you made? And they ask like, oh, okay, what pod should I listen to? I always tell them BAFTA Warfare, and then I tell them Spider-Man review. I tell them a few others, but those two are the ones I lead with all the time. And I've never heard anything negative to those ones. So yeah,
gotta start strong.
Exactly. Yeah. Any memories from the Spider-Man pod?
No, I think they're being blocked by the fact I'm still angry about Peter's face, but that
was before the face change.
Yeah, I know, and I'm blocked. I'm blocked by this now. I can't go back. Like I tried to like go back in the past. The face thing comes and just it gets in my way, man. But no, I think I'll go back and like listen to it. But yeah, I had like fond memories talking about Spider-Man. I know you did as well, so I'm sure we had nothing but good things. I think we roasted him a couple times as well because like poor Peter. This like I think he's like advanced Spider-Man. He hasn't just started. He's advanced Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And like still getting evicted. Still doesn't have enough money to, like do the things he needs to do. Actually, no. I have to stop now, actually. Here's why. I was about to say he doesn't have a lot of money. But the reason why he probably can't pay rent is because he's spending all his money on all these new suits. Why do you have 50 suits? You're not using all of them. What's happening? This is why. This is why you can't afford rent.
I mean, there is no logical reason for a Spider-Man to be struggling to pay the rent. He has enough power and money to make a good living from that. He can make that a career. You just bid off Peter Parker, be Spider-Man, make money. He could be a celebrity. I don't understand. I do understand it. I don't agree with it. I do remember us roasting MJ for the entire pod. Because let's be fair, she was trash in the game. Absolute garbage. She just was a negative Nancy to Peter Parker throughout the entire game. And even the parts where you play as her were just like dead. In comparison to being able to swing or being able to do stealth, the combat, which is obviously taken from Arkham, like MJ was just a wet fart in comparison. So yeah, it was justified.
I mean, like, I think her sections played a lot like Miles Morales. But the crucial difference is Miles Morales had a great glow up. He got a new game and he found a new barber. And I'm just so happy for him.
Well, I think because we know about Miles Morales, we understood, we accepted, we gave him a bit of allowance because we know what's coming. Yeah. So of course, Streamcast started out as a podcast, one of the first Black British gaming themed podcasts going. Now we've seen many more rise since then, which is great. But I think we've shown our adaptability and versatility in being able to adapt and push out other forms of content as well, including live streaming since the pandemic. Now, that was just lucky timing on our part because we wanted to stream. Well, I wanted to stream as well as do the podcasting thing, hence the name Streamcast. And obviously, streaming isn't cheap. So you gotta pay for a strong enough laptop. You gotta get obviously the console. You gotta get a capture card. You gotta get a webcam. You gotta have a mic. Thankfully, the pod also ticks that off. But yeah, it took a long time to just collate all the equipment, and we started streaming by doing the God of War Race Against Time battle, which
oh god,
which was fun. But yeah, I felt that was really funny because of course our first stream was really fun, although the quality not great. I do go back to watch it just because it's nice to see where you come from. But yeah, it wasn't the best stream, but it was fun. It was good. A lot of our mutuals, a lot of our friends came through, and they had a good time as well. And as soon as it was your turn to stream, lockdown happened. I think you even got sick as well. So that thing got delayed by like a whole damn year. And then other people got involved, and I didn't like that. It was a mess to say the least. But yeah, it got done, and
it got done in the end.
Yeah, I liked the concept of that, and I wish we could have done more, but it is what it is. But yeah, we've shown that we could deliver other types of content. Do you have anything to say on the streaming front?
Do you know what? I completely forgot about the streaming side. I won't lie. But no, like I think it's been great actually, because as bad as COVID was, like a lot of expansion did happen when it started. And I guess like you said about the adaptability, like you can either try and do the same thing and like die, or you can, try and change it up. And I think that's what the Streamcast did, and it's worked so well, I think. Yeah, the race was great. Got a bit salty towards the end, but there was a lot riding on it,
Hey, yo, you almost killed some people with your salt levels, bro.
Yeah, it's high, man. Oh, got to lower them. But no,
yes, you did. I will say you did win. Well done.
It was very close, though. It was very close. Really good times from both of us. And yeah, you can't always say that you basically complete most of the game in like a stream and collect most of the trophies as well. So at least got like a gold trophy for that, and always feels good to collect one of those. But yeah, no, the streaming like was great. I did a bit for a little bit, and yeah, like it was fun. But like mad respect to you because like it's always consistent. Like when you stream, and I think after a while, sometimes you're just like, oh, I'm just not feeling it today, or I'm a little bit tired. But like you always show up. And I think that's amazing. Um, yeah, it's just great because like honestly, like when you play games, even single player games, sometimes you might have like someone like sit with you or like a friend over, and you're just there and you'll just talk about it, and like it's a lot of fun. But like when you stream, you get to do it with like all your friends, lots of other people. And during like the pandemic, it was something that was it was a godsend. You know, it was something that kept us all sane, if that makes sense. And yeah, it was. I don't know where I'd be if you and Akira weren't streaming, and there were like these nights where you couldn't do anything, it felt a little bit shit, but like here are all my friends, Kira and Andy streaming, chats for the people that I like, great vibes. Yeah, it was good, man. And then like we'd even like drink during a couple of them, which
Yeah.
if you were to tell me this like in 2017, so people are gonna like get around the computer, have some drinks, but be at home by themselves, I'd be like, the fuck? Just, what? Go to a park or something. What are you doing? Go visit your friend. But yeah, it's just weird how the world's changed. But yeah, no, it's good to see. I remember Mixer. Oof.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, that was what could
Oh
have
man.
been. Oh, what a shame. Because yeah, like Mixer was this really. It seemed like a really great platform at the start. But now it's gone, and I don't think it's ever coming back.
Yes, Mixer really missed out. I feel there's always the opportunity to come back, but it will have to be under a rebrand. Microsoft has built a lot of goodwill now with gamers, players, with the general public. So there is always that opportunity, but you can't help but wonder what if Mixer survives the pandemic? What if Mixer didn't do all that bullshit? What if higher ups in Mixer weren't racist?
What if we got paid £10 million as well? Because I mean, I'll take your money and cut. Like, I'm not going to deal with racism. I will take the money and cut because I can do a lot with that. Do you know what I
mean? Yeah. The thing is, Mixer was showing signs of growth, just not as large as Twitch. Twitch had very much, showed out as the premier streaming platform, and Mixer just couldn't keep up. And that's a shame because I feel competition always keeps the field as strong as possible. You know what they say, a rising tide raises all ships. So Mixer surviving could have really done something there. And if you'd like to hear more about that, you could check out our podcast where we cover what went wrong with Mixer. I think that was a good one as well because it was a shorter one, but then it was very like boom, 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 impactful. We hit the points, and yeah, it was good. I think you said a lot there where you're like, we showed our adaptability, and when you think back at it, it was such a crazy couple of years because I couldn't go to the gym. We weren't going to the office, which is a good thing, but we weren't walking. We weren't going outside. We weren't touching grass. So a lot of us were going insane. A lot of us were like losing a lot, So it was good to just have that distraction that, someone would be streaming for X amount of hours and you could just chill and it'd be like a virtual hangout at someone's yard or at a cinema or, as you said, at the pub, going to a Spoons or something. So that was really good. And the fact we were able to keep that going was nothing short of a miracle. And you mentioned days when you don't feel like doing it and you feel tired, bro.
Mad respect, man.
I've always said the secret to success is consistency and quality. And I think from day one, we've always had the quality. The consistency is what trips up a lot of brands. It trips up a lot of people. You just have to overcome. Yeah, you don't feel like going to the gym today. Guess what? You have to go. Because if you don't go, you're not going to be happy with yourself in 2 weeks. Don't be crying why aren't you the way you are when you're taking so many off days? You know, you have to be on it. You have to be hard on yourself. The best are the best because they don't stop when they don't feel like it. But yeah, I really enjoy doing the streams, and I'm loving the fact that we're still doing the streams, and they have kind of changed a little bit in the fact that we will account for real life. Like sometimes we will hang out in real life, and for, you know, no stream that day. We're enjoying each other's company in real life. We have to have those off days too, but we didn't need to do that in the pandemic. And we also did live quizzes during the pandemic.
Oh, those were fun.
I think were arguably some of our best content ever, and I will always remember those. Like those were amazing, and Isaac, you were there for a lot of them. You helped out with some of the chat quizzes, so yeah, got to give you a shout out for that as well. But yeah, those were so much fun.
No, honestly, man, it was so good. Like the Pictionary rounds, stuff that came out.
I think, sorry to cut you off, I think those objectively the best rounds. The best round of the whole quiz was the Pictionary round, because it didn't matter about someone's artistic ability. All that mattered was, can the other person guess what you're drawing? And how ridiculous is the drawing going to be?
I mean, I will say there was one issue with the Pictionary round. Like, when you were given X-Men characters and you couldn't draw their outfits, the X is part of their outfits, okay? It's an X with a circle around it. It's a logo. It's not even the alphabet anymore. It's a logo.
Draw the circle.
It's a logo.
Not that difficult.
Hold on. What about Warner Brothers? What am I meant to do for that? If Warner Brothers somehow came up, it'd be a WB.
And that's why it wouldn't come up.
Inside the thing. Then X-Men shouldn't come up either.
X-Men didn't come up. Someone like Storm or Cyclops came up.
Many times. And what do they wear?
Cyclops has a visor. This is so not.
He's got the two X's right there. Storm, the two X's right. That's how they communicate. Those are their beepers. That's how they communicate. See, the X-Men, yeah, they don't fight one-on-one, all right? They rush people. They have to fight in a gang, otherwise they're weak, okay? So they need their radios, okay?
You are better than this, Isaac.
A big part of it, all right?
You are better than this, Isaac. You don't need crutches like this. Okay. Everyone knows how Pictionary works.
Hey,
no numbers, no letters.
It's not a letter, symbol.
The letter X is a letter, Isaac.
It's not an X, though.
It's an X.
Symbol. Because here's the thing, right? It's one big object. It's one big object, okay?
I'm not gonna lie. You're not gonna convince me.
Hey, I don't have to convince you. I don't have to convince the people.
No.
Yeah. And as man of the people, you should let the people decide.
I mean, yeah, you have a point, but also I was quizmaster, so.
But you're man of the people.
Yeah, I can be two things as well, man of the people and quizmaster. I'm not giving the people. Yeah,
you're not though. Conflict of interest right there. There's a conflict of interest.
No, it's not. It's a conflict of interest. I want the people to be great, but not all people can be great. So there you go.
What does that mean? You said a statement. What does that mean?
I want the people to be great, but not all people can be great. So
how does that relate to this, though?
I'm the quizmaster to separate the great people from the regular people.
How does this relate? Bring it back to being the quizmaster. What do you mean?
The quizmaster quizzes the people, and not everyone is going to be great at quizzing. Full stop.
Because there's one winner.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I won one of those, even with the X-Men. So I guess that means
you didn't cheat.
That means you're okay with the X-Men. Perfect. Awesome.
No, because
yes.
I would have just scrapped it, because I remember just scrapping some of those. Anyway.
Also, Professor X. He's got X's on his wheels, man. Come on.
If you need to draw the X's to illustrate Professor X, you're not good at Pictionary.
No one's good at Pictionary unless you can draw.
No, there were some really good Pictionary people. There were some really good ones. Shout out man like Galdem Glucose. He was amazing. I remember his guts. Akira was very good as well. So they're actually good people. Like Cyclops is pretty straightforward to draw.
Yeah, put some X's on his costume and some.
No, just draw a visor
and the X's.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you don't know how to play Pictionary, yeah, sure.
No, it's a Pictionary. It's a
No,
symbol though.
you don't.
It's a symbol.
You clearly don't. But
It's a symbol.
okay, okay,
It's a symbol though.
okay.
Symbol.
All right, all
It's a
right.
symbol.
Moving on.
Symbol. No, symbol.
Stop, okay. Oh my days. Do you have any other favorite memories?
I probably do, but they're just like it's not like filling my head right now, you know? Because we've done this for so long. It's been like what, 4 years now? That's crazy. I think some of my good memories are when we do something Streamcast related and we just get to take the day off work. Oh, so good. No. I'm not coming into work today. I'm gonna chill out with my friends. Nah.
That is always cool. I would always like when it would come up in conversation with other people, and they would often be surprised at how seriously it was taken. Like, this was a serious thing. This wasn't just a joke thing. This was an actual thing that, you know, we thought we could take off with, and we'd actually put time aside to have, whether it was a meeting, whether it was a catch up, or, you know, what is it, content strategy. It was always good to see people react to how on it we were. Like, this wasn't just a joke thing. We weren't just a couple of people saying, let's make a podcast, and 5 years later there's no podcast. No, like, we were about the action, you know. Yeah, so that was good. Yeah, I always liked being able to talk to other people about what we do, and other people being like, what you do is really cool, or I don't get gaming, but that sounds really cool, or something along those lines, you know.
Yeah, so it was a great conversation starter.
Yeah, the amount of support we've had over the years has just been really, really cool, and I just, I wouldn't really have it any other way.
Love that. And then, like, it's funny you touch on meetings, because like a lot of people will complain about meetings and they hate them, and they say this meeting could be done in an email or whatever. And for me, like, I don't think I've ever had meetings like that per se in my jobs. So like when, you know, Streamcast came about and we had our meetings, I was like, the fuck is everyone talking about? Like, meetings are sick. Meetings are sick.
It's the company, bro.
Just enjoying what we're talking about, innit?
Yeah. And I think I've always tried to make an effort to not just make things about work. Where even though we'd have meetings, we'd always have some social aspect to it, whether we would go off and play a game afterwards, whether we just grab a meal, have a snack or something, or whether we'd ensure to just have some moments where we're not talking about the work at hand. We would just break things up. We'd always do something to make things fun, and I definitely felt the same way. I know it's, from my side, I always feel like, rah, I am just being a dad right now, and everyone hates these meetings, and I'm forcing everyone together. But at the same time, we need direction, and we all need to be at the same page. Communication is a basic thing. I don't know why so many adults are shit at it.
Yeah, no, it's needed. Without it, things just won't work. They won't.
I think back to all the games that we played while, you know, Streamcast, and God of War was actually the one that kicked us off. I think this has been told in the pod before. Our actual first recording was God of War.
Nice.
And it was 2 hours long. I don't think you remember this, because I told you this before, and I don't remember how you reacted. Yeah, but our first actual recording was God of War. We reviewed it for 2 hours. And I edited it, and I only got like 20 minutes cut. And I was like, that's too long. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting out for our first episode. I'm not putting out a 100-minute thing. Nah. So I think our second was like 15-20 minutes, and that's actually what went out.
Okay.
But yeah, so throughout our time we played various games like God of War, like Spider-Man, of course, now recently Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro. What have been some of your favorite games that you've played while a member of Streamcast?
That's a good one. I mean, I guess Horizon doesn't count.
It counts.
No, because I remember it was before.
I guess so, but you've talked about it so much that it might as well count.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, that's a really good question, actually. While I've been November, but you know what? I think the honors just got to go to Sekiro, man. I absolutely
Mm.
love it because, firstly, I love the game, and secondly, so many people hate it because they're shit at it, and it fills me with joy, like so much joy. Because I'm not gonna say it out loud, but in the back of my head, I'm just like, yeah, get good, man. Just
Oh,
get
I'm
good.
thinking it.
That's it. I was like, huh, okay. I just walk away. All right. I know in my head, just get good. That's all it is. And I might be toxic, but I'm not saying it out loud. I'm keeping it in. It's for me, and I'm letting it out in a productive way by, I don't know, maybe hitting the gym, or better yet, just forgetting about it, because it's not about me. It's about them being shit.
Well, you know when you go out and
Mhm.
you overhear a conversation between like older white gentlemen, and then you just hear the words, "I'm not racist," but you're like,
Mm.
"Oh no,
Oh yeah.
time to leave." I got that vibe when you said, "I'm not toxic," but
I'm like, okay, when it comes to Sekiro, I'm a little toxic. Yeah, I'm okay with that though. Like, get good.
that quote, I'm gonna remember that one. It's not about me; it's about them being shit. Also, I
I stand by
wholeheartedly
it.
agree. I wholeheartedly agree. If you don't like Sekiro, it's because you're shit at it. So, that was a game that obviously I ran away from for a very long time because I wasn't a fan of the Souls games, particularly the first two. But you kept talking to me about it, and you kept saying it. You kept saying it. And shout out Sean, he very generously bought me the game. He thought I was gonna hate it, and I think 10 minutes in, I was like, "This is the best From Software game I've ever played. Like, this is
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
It's so good. It's so good." And people that don't like Sekiro, it's fine. You'll be won over in time. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But understand, we are on a higher plane right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're
Oh,
good.
yeah. You know that scene? Have you've seen season 3 of The Boys
Yes.
when Homelander
I
goes
am
off?
better. I am better. I'm not one of these weak-willed.
Exactly that.
That
Exactly.
is it. That is the beam. That is the tweet. When you finish Sekiro, I am better.
100%.
I mean, we're natural talents, bro.
I can't. I died bare times. I can't even say that. You know, I got
See
battered
me
so
handing
many
that game
times.
in. But I mean, you know, I joke and I jest, but it just goes to show how we changed and grown throughout the 4 years, almost 4 years. Games like God of War, like Red Dead Redemption 2. Actually, scratch that. We didn't play that. God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, up to games like Dark Souls, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It's been interesting to see how we've grown and changed over the years. And there's always a Venn diagram between us. I feel like we have similar enough interests. And I think that is why the pod worked. And I think that's why maybe there was this intangible that people couldn't put their finger on, but I think that's what it was with us. There was enough of a common interest between us to have a solid conversation about things, and it wouldn't just be, yeah, oh, that was fine. I hope that in the future we still continue to play games that have some sort of similarity with each other. Like you've just said, you want to play Shifu. I still haven't played Elden Ring yet. Obviously, Ragnarok is in the cards. So yeah, I'm hoping that that doesn't change too much in the future. I think it's been a lot of why the pod was so good, and I really would not want to lose that.
Mm. Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to change at all. I think it's just something that's got to be like in my free time, and then when I play it of a game, like just in the back of my head, I know that I can just like put it down. And there's no content to be made about it. But it's really weird because like that's also been like one of my favorite parts, because like working with Streamcast, like yeah, I learned how to video edit, which was
Mhm.
just so cool. Like I remember like starting trying to use like Photoshop and like trying to video edit and whatnot, and it was very different. It was pretty difficult. And now I'm just like, okay, all I need to do, okay, yeah, I can just do that, I can do that, yeah, find it, whatever. Like, it's actually become like a skill I've picked up. And I hope I do get to use it again at some point. And it's really weird because, like, I don't know if you get this as well, but I absolutely hate editing until it's over, or better yet, until, like, you know when you got like you're doing an essay in school and you got a blank piece of paper and you're looking at it and you hate it, and then you start writing. For me, yeah, like I could never like plan things out. Even when I plan things out, like I can do it, but it's never going to be perfect. I have to just get shit on a page, have the page be full, leave it, come back to it, and I can refine it. I need to have something to refine. I don't like starting from nothing. So I think that was like the hardest part, like, you know, creating content or whatnot. But once like I'm looking at the screen, the what's the tool? Not the toolbar, but like
timeline.
Timeline. That's it. Thank you. I'm looking at the timeline, and it's nice and full. I'm just putting in like, you know, like edits, or I'm shortening this bit, or I'm like editing like music here and there. I'm like, this is calm. This is fine. All the fires are gone. Like I have something now. And yeah, no, I just really enjoy that. I really enjoy just like, you know, adding, you know, little bits of humor to videos, little like effects and whatnot, because it's just fun to play around with the software. It's really impressive as well, because if you think back to, I guess, like films that came out in like the 80s or the 70s, and you look at their special effects and you're thinking, whoa, that's really impressive. And now, like, you can just do that at home. I mean, obviously, technology has come a long way. It's like, I don't know, if you write code in Unity, don't get me wrong, it's still impressive, but like you're given the luxury of certain code blocks that make things like, you know, easier or more like streamlined. So when you're video editing, you can like grab an effect and put it on instead of like creating it from scratch, which is really useful. But even then, like learning how to put it all together, it will take a little bit of time. But once you've got it, someone asks you to do something like within reason, you can probably like, you know, like do whatever you need to get done. Yeah, it's just a really fun medium. I think I might still look into video editing a little bit because it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I think I'm gonna miss that a lot.
Yeah, I think with all of you said, I agree with that. It's something that becomes almost second nature in time. When you start off doing something, you're terrible at it, or you just don't know what you're doing. And then over time you get better and things don't take as much time. So definitely with the thumbnail design, I struggled with that in terms of podcasts and YouTube videos, all of that. Definitely struggled with editing, and I hate editing outright. I just can't stand it. I need an editor.
Yeah,
I need an editor. Especially if we ever get the opportunity to do in-person like studio podcast recordings. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to editing those. So yeah, I'm not a fan of editing, but I know it's a necessary evil. It needs to be done, and I have so much respect for editors, people who edit, whether it's YouTube videos or film. Hats off.
Oh yeah.
But focusing on you, we've always had a very good editor on the team in Troy, but I think you have just grown leaps and bounds over your time in Streamcast as well. You know, looking at some of the earlier videos that you put out versus the Road to Ragnarok series, which I'm such a fan of.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's really good content, and I'm a bit sad that we don't get the numbers that I feel we should, because I think we actually put out really good content, especially when it's focused, like the podcast with King J or the Road to Ragnarok series. Your Horizon Zero Dawn character recap is an all-timer, and that's getting good views. That's getting the views it deserves. But thanks. I wish the Road to Ragnarok series got those kind of numbers as well, because what you touch on and you add so much to the characters that we've already known from the game with actual lore. I think it's masterfully done. I think the editing is just top notch as well. And yeah, you've already talked about the process of editing and stuff and how you've enjoyed it. But do you have a favorite video that you've worked on?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. You know, it's weird. Like, I thought I got ready for this pod. I did not. Like, asking me questions. I was like, oh, what the fuck is what? Because it's weird. Like, sometimes I like a video I've edited only because, like, I like the music that's gone into it. Like, there was a short video that I did, but I think I got Guili's theme from Street Fighter 2. I'm calling it Guili. That's upset you. Too bad.
It's not upset me. I was like, what are you saying? It hasn't upset me.
Like,
what?
There's this guy who does covers of like pop culture songs on like guitar, and I was watching it, and then he was saying like Guili, and I was like, what the fuck is this man talking about? And I realized he's just a troll. So he's skilled and he's a troll, which makes him like just this amazing like combination, because you can't chat to him. If so, like, obviously if you're, you know, a criminal, that's different, but if you're a troll but you're skilled, no one can chat to you. Like, wait, hold on, but I'm not doing anything wrong, so deal with it. But yeah, like I think I got Guili's theme into like a small edit I did, so I don't know if I like it because the edit was good or because I like Guili's theme. I think there was the normal heroes video, and like I just got a bunch of effects into that. There's this really annoying effect where like the screen, like, it sparkles and then it sounds sparkly as well, and then someone says wow, and I always thought I hated that until I used it in the edit, and I was like, oh, that's actually fucking sick. Yeah, I love this. And yeah, like, it's just been nice because it's been a way to just experiment with other things I've seen on YouTube and like different styles of editing and like different effects that people put in. The Balder one was actually quite nice to do because, and again, it's not even like the whole editing process. It's just the fact that like I found certain things out while making the video. Like when you throw Balder off the cliff at the start, and then the devs, they left in that Balder just flipping you off. Obviously, you're not going to see it because it's off camera, but people who like mod the game, they took a look what happens when he falls down. They saw that. I thought that was pretty cool. So chuck that in the video because, hey, why not? I really enjoyed when I think it was me, you, and Troy, and we spoke about like our favorite games of the year. Because it was nice to hear about your favorite games and why you guys love them so much. I think Troy's one was, I think it was Fall Guys. I think yours was it Last of Us 2? This was, I don't even know what Christmas this was. I don't even remember the video, but yeah. So it was really good to see, you know, why you guys were, you know, into those games. And I was like, oh, nice, you guys got some good games this year. And mine was an interesting one. It was Cyberpunk. And I'm still so annoyed with Cyberpunk because honestly, right, such idiots. They have a great game on their hands and they just let it go with all the bugs. What are you doing? Like, God of War was a 10 out of 10. But imagine if it came with all these bugs and gripes and problems. No way it's Game of the Year. Not happening. Like, I've never seen such an instance of the ball being dropped. Like, that ball was flung. It was kicked away. And it's just a waste, really. Honestly, because there was so much hype. I remember playing it at EGX. No, not playing it. And maybe that's why. Because at EGX, they'd like funnel people into a room and you got to watch someone else play it for like, I think 40 minutes, which I thought was a bit weird and interesting. And looking back on it now, I have no idea why I queued up for this, because it probably came out on YouTube like a month later. What? But I guess it was, so maybe if the game like crashed or bugged out, the guy was told to just, I don't know, maybe reset it or unplug something and be like, oh no, a glitchy game. Oh, you can't see it now. But yeah, I think to get back to your question, favorite edit. I don't think I can lock it down to just one, you know. I mean, maybe it's me being vain, but like there's a game called Black King Wukong, or hold on, let me search it. It's basically a tale about a journey to the West.
Yeah. And
it's a game that was previewed like I think a year or two ago, maybe longer. Black Myth Wukong. Like I saw it, absolutely loved it, and I think that night I was like, I got to put something out on the Insta. Made a quick 1.5 minute edit. And yeah, like lots of people watched it. I think like it got like 1,000 views, and I was like, "Oh, this has never happened before." I was just so excited. I was like, "Yeah, this is great." And that was fun to edit because it was a case where like put different scenes together, and when like I think I had like a backing track as well that I found, and at certain beat drops and whatnot, I made sure that's when the video changed. So like if it was like a large drop or something, I think I did the thing where it clipped to like him doing like a big attack or something, and that matched up nicely with the music. And I guess throughout all of the editing, like I've always kind of tried to do at least one thing different or like one thing new. So I'm gonna pick up the cop out answer, and I'm gonna say all of them. All of them were my favorite. Yeah.
Oh, like a proud dad. Excellent.
Ooh, I'm gonna have a favorite, and I'm gonna discuss it with my wife. There's gonna be a favorite. Hey, I'm only human. One of them is gonna annoy me more than the others. Like, so, I mean, hey, it's gonna happen. I'll love them all equally, but I'll probably like one of them the most.
Okay. That is nonsense, but okay, cool.
Why is that nonsense? I think that's legit.
You just said you'll love them all equally, but you'll love one the most.
No, I'll like one the most.
Oh, you said love.
I said like. Hey, you can rewind this. You can run it back.
Oh my God.
Run it back. You can run it back in post.
And I think that's a very fitting way to call to an end to your time here at Streamcast. Us arguing about something that doesn't really matter. But I mean, yeah, I would with no gimmicks or agenda or stupid jokes or anything, I would just like to honestly thank you for your time. I really appreciate you for saying yes to my crazy idea all those years ago, because who knows where we'd be, what would we be doing, if you said no, if Streamcast didn't start then. But I do want to say thank you so much for saying yes, for giving this a chance, for jumping on the pod, for being so nice with letting me use your space to record, and for just the time, the growth, man. We've changed as human beings and as friends throughout this time, and it's been really special. So it's a time that I won't get back, and it's a time I don't want back. I think I've been so happy with how I spent those years, and I'm sure you're gonna go on to do amazing things and have an amazing life. So thank you so much once again for being the first mates, the Rora Noah Zorro of Streamcast.
No, I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna absolutely miss this. I'm so happy I said yes. Even if I didn't, I think Streamcast would have been a thing, and it would have been great regardless. You had a vision, and you've just been steadfast in it, and it's been like so good to see. I think I'm pretty sure like any other Streamcast member will feel the same. But if they weren't ever feeling like okay, I was having a rough day, it just being able to like look at you and the energy you put in, just like reinvigorate them to just want to continue, remember why they're doing it, remember why they love it, etc., etc. And it has been like a great 4 years of my life. And honestly, like, I mean, obviously if you delete a part of someone's life, there'll be a big hole, but in the sense that if I wasn't doing Streamcast, I think regardless there would be that big hole. It'd just be me just being a little bit aimless. This has been great. I owe a lot to Streamcast. Like, I've been able to see and do things that I never would. Being backstage at certain industry events, which is nice, seeing how the industry works. Again, if it wasn't for Streamcast, I don't think I would be in a career that I love. Just being part of Streamcast led me down certain paths, made me reevaluate my life a little bit, what I want to do. So yeah, like, because I think I wanted to be a game designer for a little bit and realized, oh no, this ain't for me. But along that journey, found out what I actually wanted to do. And just being able to hang out with some of my closest friends for extended periods of time has just been like, and when I say that, that does mean a lot because, you know, I'm a bit of an introvert. I do like going out as well, don't get me wrong, but like sometimes everyone needs to fuck off in the nicest possible way. But because Streamcast exists, it's like, nah, no one needs to fuck off. We're doing something, we're getting shit done. So as much as I love you guys, I can hang out with you guys more. But oh man, this is why I'm scared of being a dad, you know, because even like my closest friends, sometimes I just need some time like to myself. Like if we hang out for like a week, have a great holiday, oh yeah, I don't want to see you for another week. Let me like, you know, recharge and whatnot. So a kid who thinks they can come into my room on a Saturday when I'm sleep. Do you know why it's become me hating kids? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. It's all coming out today.
Hey, I mean, you know what, Isaac? You've remained on brand for your entire time here. You've been hating on random people. Now you're hating on your kids. You love to see it.
I don't even exist yet.
Yeah.
But they're gonna take my money. How can I go into the kitchen, wanting the big piece of chicken and a drink after a long day, and the milk carton is empty, but in the fridge, and the big piece of chicken is gone? Nah, what is this? Is this gonna be my life? I can't.
Gotta set some ground rules.
I do, you know, gotta put my foot down. But no, like let's back on topic. Yeah, I'm really gonna miss it. It's just always a pleasure to like, you know, have a chat with you. And it's been a case where every like 2 weeks or at least a month, there's that guaranteed time where we just, you know, shoot the shit. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But I am gonna be, you know, watching Streamcast, gonna be looking forward to seeing what comes next. Gonna come to, you know, the events that I can. Yeah, and I'm just looking forward to how big Streamcast is gonna get. And when I do have my kids that I do love, I'm gonna be like, hey, I know that guy. That's Andy. I know him. But yeah, like honestly, I wish you guys all the best. And we'll definitely still hang out. So it's not a goodbye. It's just see you in a bit.
God damn, that was emotional. Okay. Yeah, no, thank you for all the kind words, bro. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, you won't be forgotten, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure Streamcast is going to be successful. It's more a matter of when, not if. At this point, I think there have been enough people taking notice, and that's just going to continue to go in that direction. But make sure that your journey with us doesn't end here. Because if you're watching this podcast on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. That helps us out greatly. Leave a comment telling us what your favorite Isaac moment was, whether it was something from the quiz, from a stream, from one of the podcasts, or from one of the videos. Let us know. Let us share in the time of Isaac together. While you're at it, subscribe to the Streamcast. Set the bell to also get every video as soon as they go live. And if you like to listen to your podcast instead, we got you. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on so many different platforms. Make sure you search Streamcast on your favorite podcasting platform and follow and or subscribe. We are on social media at Streamcast_ on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Twitch, Streamcast TV. And we also have a website, thestreamcast.co.uk, where we put out blog posts and upcoming events. So make sure you subscribe to that newsletter so you get to read all of our blogs as soon as they go live.
I've been Gary Oak, and I'll smell you later.
Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Stay safe. We will see you on the next Streamcast.